So there are 5 phases of hacking, and as a hacker, you should know all of them. So in many interviews also, this question can be asked that what are the 5 phases of hacking or what is the methodology of a hacker? First one is reconnaissance, second is scanning, third is gaining access, fourth is maintaining access, and fifth is clearing tracks. Now let me explain each one of them briefly so that you are able to answer if anyone asks you that what do we do in that particular phase. So the first phase is reconnaissance. In that, a hacker tries to collect information about the target, finding out the target's IP address range, network, DNS records, etc. So basically in this step, the first step, hacker tries to gain information. This is the information gathering phase. Second phase is scanning. Now that he has information about IP addresses, etc. So this phase includes usage of tools like dialers, port scanner, network mappers, sweepers, and vulnerability scanners to scan data. Like the scan things and see what could be the vulnerable points that they could exploit further, right? Third phase comes gaining access. Now, this is the point where a hacker tries to gain access to a system through attacks like phishing, etc. So, in this phase, hacker designs the blueprint of the network of the target with the help of data collected during phase 1 and phase 2. So, phase 1 and phase 2 combined together were information gathering phase. Now we have the IP ranges, what services they are running, and everything. So any hacker can like target victims and do phishing attacks. So phishing attack is basically showing a page to a victim to get his credentials. So for example, I create a fake page of Facebook and provide it to the victim. He clicks on the link and enter his credentials there thinking that it is Facebook. So these kind of attacks are known as phishing attacks. And other options include creating a reverse TCP IP shell in a PDF using Metasploit, and there can be other methods also. Metasploit is one of them. So we can send malicious PDF, malicious doc that the victim will click, and then we can gain access to his computer. Now the fourth step is maintaining access. After we have the access to that computer, now we want to maintain that access. We don't want to be kicked out from that computer. So once a hacker has gained access, they want to keep that access for future exploitation and attacks. Once the hacker knows the system, they can use it as a base to launch additional attacks. Like they wouldn't carry out attacks from their system, they can even carry the attacks from the victim's compromised machine. The owned system is sometimes referred to as zombie systems. Now people can ask you what a zombie system is, so now you know the answer. The hacker may also send out emails to other users with an exploited file such as PDF with a reverse shell in order to extend their possible access. So like in the previous phase we were sending malicious PDF, similar thing is done here now to reach more wider audience of victims. Given the fact that now we have compromised the internal system, now is the last phase which is clearing tracks so that no one can reach us. Okay. So prior to the attack, the attackers would change their MAC address and run the attacking machine through at least one VPN to help cover their identity. Basically, this point talks about MAC spoofing and IP spoofing. So we are changing our IP addresses and our MAC addresses so that no one can so that it is very difficult to trace the hacker back and from where the attacks were launched. Now once access is gained and privileges have been escalated, the hacker seeks to cover their tracks. For example, if I have installed something on their compromised system, now when I have done my job, I have compromised other systems, I will have to remove all those things that I have installed on the system so that I am basically removing any proof that I was present there. So these were the 5 phases of hacking or the methodology of a hacker. I hope you understood them well. Thank you for watching this tutorial.